A veteran San Antonio police officer who was fired has won his job back. Chief William McManus handed Officer Matthew Belver the indefinite suspension in February of 2016 for an incident that occurred in August of 2015. Belver was accused of challenging a prisoner to a fight for his freedom and for incorrectly handling evidence at a crime scene. It was the second time in 6 years that Belver was given an indefinite suspension for violating department policy. The Night Team's Tim Gerber has been tracking Belver's appeal for the past year. He tells us why Belver got his job back in this Defenders Update.
Take the cuffs off, all right? Yeah, let's take them off. Let's take the cuffs, all right? But me and you, one-on-one. Sure. All right, absolutely.
This encounter with a handcuffed prisoner caught on Officer Matthew Belver's patrol car camera was a key reason why he was fired.
I'm just going to, as soon as they come off, I'm going to beat your That's what I'm going to do. You ready? There you go. There you go. Now, you can get out. Let's go. Run. Do something. Appreciate it. Do something.
Belver had arrested the suspect, Eloy Leal, for interfering with the duties of a public servant at the scene of a shooting. His handcuffs removed, Leal refused to fight Belver.
And you had the chance to run, to fight, to do whatever, but you didn't. Because not only are you stupid, you're a coward.
It wasn't the first time Officer Belver was given an indefinite suspension. In 2010, Chief McManus gave Belver an indefinite suspension for a series of arrests that occurred in the span of 12 days in October 2009. Two brothers accused Belver of entering their home without a warrant and arresting them. One of those brothers accused Belver of roughing him up. Another man Belver arrested days later for DWI claimed the officer told him he would let him go if he could beat him in a fight. Carlos Flores said Belver hit him several times and he had visible injuries in his mugshot. Belver's termination was later reduced to 2 30-day suspensions, and he entered into a last chance agreement, which stated he could be terminated if he failed to follow that agreement. During Belver's appeal of his latest firing, the city argued that last chance agreement was still in effect when Belver had the incident with Leal. Belver's lawyers argued it had expired 9 months prior to the incident, so his past discipline could not be taken into consideration. The arbitrator agreed with Belver's lawyers and overturned the termination, reducing his punishment to a 45-day suspension and ordering the city to give him his job back with back pay and benefits. Mike Helly, president of the San Antonio Police Officers Association, said he was satisfied with the arbitrator's ruling. The chief and city manager, Cheryl Scully, had a different reaction. In a statement, McManus said overturning his decision is, quote, a disservice to the good order of the department and undermines his authority. Scully wrote, Belver's reinstatement, quote, demonstrates the need for disciplinary process reform for officers who have been suspended for intolerable behavior.
SAPD tells me Officer Belver has completed the return to duty process, but right now he's on military leave, and when that's over, he'll be assigned to South Patrol on the overnight shift. For the Defenders, Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
He will be back on the streets. You can read the full statement from the police union, the chief, and the city manager. You can also see a copy of the arbitrator's ruling by looking for the story on KSAT.com.